Welcome to Markets Now. I'm Michelle Rourke with DuWayne Bosse Bolt Marketing, and it was a mostly higher day in both grain and livestock futures trade. We had a few exceptions, but DuWayne, nice to see the grains pretty much all in the green here. Technical or fundamental? What drove the market?
Mostly technical, I'm going to say. I'd love it if it was fundamental, because that would mean we're getting better demand and somebody's buying our crops. But this is mostly technical driven, and whenever you got the funds record short like we had a couple of weeks ago, any sort of bounce can be pretty technically driven.
So technicals, let's talk about them. You finally got May corn above the 20-day moving average, and we closed above that. That was important, right?
I think that's important for the market to keep going too. Yes, closing above it is great. I think we can keep going, but remember, every rally we're going to see farmers selling, aren't we? I mean, it wasn't too long ago, a few days ago, I was telling our clients that you get to 450 in May corn, you probably look out to that carry in July and sell a lot of that crop. In just a blink of an eye, we're not far from that. So every rally is going to be met by farmers selling really all spring and summer.
The other thing, though, May beans did not get above the 20-day. Do you think we'll be able to get above that level here? What will it take?
I think we do. I think one thing that could really help us is if USDA comes in with a lower soybean production from Brazil. All the private forecasts keeps dropping lower. I mean, we got some as low as 142 million metric ton. USDA is really slow playing that. If they could come out with something 150 or lower today, we'll go screaming through the 20-day, but I don't look for that to happen either.
Well, and I had to wonder, we did have some private estimates out lowering Brazil production. At the same time, we saw a little bit better China economic news, so it felt like maybe that was a little bit of the fundamental part of the story today, or not?
Yeah, no, I think you're right there too. That does help whenever China's economy looks stronger. We assume they're going to buy more commodities. I think, the one fundamental thing I really liked this morning that I saw is the better basis in Brazil. If their cash prices are improving, and they have steadily over the last 3 weeks, either their farmer isn't selling, or maybe the crop just isn't even there as much as we think. So that's a big thing to keep watching.
We're going into the WASD tomorrow. We had these private estimates out of Brazil we talked about. You said, it's all going to be about what USDA gives us for that Brazilian production number. They've been slow playing it. Is it likely they will do that again?
I'm afraid they will. I mean, the trade is looking for them to pull it down, maybe that 152 million metric ton. I'm going to agree with the trade. That's probably where they drop it down to. But yeah, I'm afraid they continue to slow play it. Any surprise there, I'd say probably would actually still be on the high side. They just like to slow play it. And I think I know why. Last couple of years, they come up with production, then we find out the next year later that they increase the acreage in Brazil always. They keep increasing it. So I'm worried it's the same thing here. And I've heard other people say from the satellite imagery, it looks like there's more soybean acres than we think. So maybe the yield is down, but maybe the production's still there.
So wheat ended higher. Chicago was the laggard, but we did get confirmation of that China cancellation, right?
Right, we did, yes. We heard about that yesterday and the market crashed. But, we crashed early on this morning on that confirmation that China did cancel at least one boatload. But, they bought about 4 cargo loads of our wheat. So I kind of took it as it was only one cancellation, at least only one boat. And I think the market thought that way too, because we rebounded towards the end of the day. And it's nice to see maybe we put the low one in wheat.
Okay, maybe we put the low one in wheat. We've thought that before. Do you think we're starting to try to forge bottoms in all these grains?
Yeah, I think we are. The problem is you'd really like to see wheat lead the way. The problem with wheat is we're still expensive compared to the rest of the world. Russia keeps just dropping the wheat prices below 200 million metric ton now. So, or $200 per ton. So until they bottom, I can't say that we have either then.
Cattle market a little bit higher today. We're still within our trading range, but at least boxes were a little bit firmer today. Cash will be key this week, right?
It will, but I think you're right with that box beef up again today. I think you're going to have feedlots say we're not taking anything less than what we're asking for, and they're starting to ask that 187, 188, 189. The futures are getting up there. They've always had that premium futures to cash, right? And that's fine for this time of year. I think, looking at April, it's really strong with that 190 and that gap there, right? And I think we pushed through it, but I do think it does take higher cash cow trade, which we might not find out till Friday afternoon.
Definitely. And then the hog market, of course, we had a little bit of a correction here, but man, those summer months were getting pretty lofty. Do you think there's some hedge pressure coming in?
There should be. I mean, it was just months ago, it looked like very dim, very bearish outlook, and now we're above 103 for June and some of those summer contract months. So yeah, we are seeing some hedge pressure there. At least that's what we're recommending to clients to do. Yeah. And why not? If they're profitable there, lock it in.
Okay, but just a little bit higher today, so we'll take it.
Yes, exactly. We'll always take it and run, yes.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us. DuWayne Bosse with Bolt Marketing, and that's Markets Now.